I'm going to tell you the story of Victoria Martens. Now, before I get into this, I'm going to disclose and say that this is a graphic case. It deals with SA of a minor, exploitation, dismemberment. It's pretty graphic. So if you don't want to hear anything like that, like really disturbing, please click out now. This case starts when police are called to a disturbance. Residents in an apartment block contact police as there is smoke billowing out of a bathroom window. When the police arrive, they are met with a horror scene. A 10-year-old girl has been dismembered. She's been placed in a bath, and over her is a burnt blanket. They say the scene is so horrific that they can't tell how she's been killed. So we take it back a couple of days. Living in this apartment are Michelle Martens, who is Victoria Martens' mother, Victoria Marten herself, who is a 10-year-old girl, Fabian Gonzalez, who is Michelle's boyfriend, and Jessica Kelly, who is Fabian's cousin. Now, both Fabian and Jessica have lots of criminal history. They both have multiple battery charges, grievous bodily harm. Fabian has child abuse cases against him. Jessica also has domestic abuse charges. She's been accused of raping a woman. Michelle Martens, on the other hand, Victoria's mother, has never been charged with anything. From what I can read and what a judge actually states, before Michelle Marten dates Fabian Gonzalez, she is actually a very dedicated and loving mother. Victoria is super well behaved at school, well liked by all the neighbours. She loves gymnastics. She has lots of hobbies. She's a very happy girl, and in fact, when all this comes out, her grandparents are shocked. They saw no signs of this abuse, even though their daughter, Victoria's mother, is accused of some horrific things. They're still standing by her. Michelle meets Fabian Gonzalez, and he is a criminal and a pretty evil man, to be honest with you. She's in a very vulnerable place and is easily manipulated and persuaded. She starts seeking out men online and also at her work to SA her daughter. In the past, she has found 3 men. 2 she has found online using the website Plenty of Fish, and 1 was actually her co-worker. She didn't do this for money. She said she just liked to watch men actually assaulting her child. Now, if that's not a complete betrayal of a mother's trust and a complete disregard for human life, I don't know what is. So on the day of Victoria's death, there are 2 contradicting stories. The more mainstream story goes something like this. Fabian and Jessica administered methamphetamine to Victoria in order to calm her down so that they could SA her. Whilst she was drugged, Jessica put her hand over her mouth while Fabian proceeded to rape her. Afterwards, Fabian strangles her while Jessica stabs her to death. All the while, Michelle, her mother, is just standing there watching. They then proceed to try and dispose of the body, cover up what they've done. They dismember her and then place those parts in a bathtub, cover it with a blanket and set it all on fire. A more recent report says that actually Fabian and Michelle weren't home and it was all Jessica and an unknown man who they're now looking for. They say Jessica was completely drugged up on meth. She was acting very paranoid. She was the one that administered meth to Victoria, and Jessica was the one that killed her. The torment that that child had to go through, not just that day, but throughout the previous years, is just so harrowing and difficult to fathom. They say that Michelle was a loving parent before she met Fabian. Because of this, she actually only got 12 years in prison. Fabian got nearly 38 and Jessica also got decades. At the crime scene, they also found a video recorder which they think was used to sexually exploit other children, although I haven't heard any other news on that. So all in all, this is just a really, really sad case of a girl that deserved so much better than what she had. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and if you like my content, please remember to like, subscribe and follow, and I will see you in the next one.